Oh, baby, we are live on the Dynasty Roundtable, and tonight we have a Superflex Dynasty Startup Mock Draft, Dynasty, or tight end premium. If I could, I don't know
There we
what that.
go.
I almost had a Colin Cowherd, titties moment there for a second.
Dude, didn't you just find out about that clip on Monday?
Yeah, I did. I did. Just like with everybody else. Actually, I think we were lagging here. I think StreamYard was. We it didn't get the Colin Cowherd comment. I think it just went live like 10 seconds ago. But anyway, doesn't matter. Right. StreamYard with a little glitch or malfunction.
We might get demonetized for this episode, by the way, with what you just said.
That's
within the first 2 minutes.
That's the beauty of it not being on my channel anymore because this YouTube channel is not monetized. We are not monetized. We cannot be penalized for our bad behavior anymore. But I guess the algorithm could kill us, I guess, if enough people complain or hit the thumbs down. I don't know.
The second video on our channel, the algorithm's probably not going to give us too much benefit just yet.
Yeah.
But welcome to the new channel.
Yeah, the Dynasty Roundtable channel. Like and subscribe if you like this, or subscribe to it. Or if you like this or want more of it, you should subscribe to it. Like, my brain is trailing behind, like it's falling behind what my mouth is trying to say. So you ready to go, or any thoughts before we just kick this off?
I'm ready to mock. I could talk about my process as we approach my pick. I always like to go near, one of the homies in the draft. So Seth at the 112, Matty Coombs at the 1-3 when I joined. So Superflex tight end premium. Selfishly, I wanted to pick in the front of the draft here. So
all right,
let's get it going.
Let's do it. We're starting it in 30 seconds per pick. So be ready, boys.
Can we talk about real quick third round reversal needing to be a universal standard and
yeah, I think
in dynasty drafts.
I know, and I'm glad the person didn't
Wow.
time out and take Patrick Mahomes 101 because the sleeper has Patrick Mahomes ranked as their first player overall. So it looks like our first two guys did not time out. We're off to a great start here.
Matty Coombs probably watching WWE on Netflix.
Yeah, probably. He's probably gonna time out. We'll see. But yeah, I think third round reversal, and feel free to let us know what you think in the comments, but I think third round reversal should be a standard because like Jaden Daniels and Josh Allen, especially in a Superflex league, I knew it. He's gonna get the Patrick Mahomes punishment. Is just such an advantage, like, and then you get to the end and like 8 or 9 quarterbacks or more come off the board, and you just got to give that guy who gets the 12th pick somewhat of an advantage. I don't think it equals the playing field entirely. I think the fairest way to do a dynasty startup is an auction. If you can figure that out, it's not perfected yet on Sleeper, in my opinion, but what are your thoughts when it comes to third round reversal? And then tell me about Brock Bowers at the 104. Holy wow. That's a hell of a statement right there.
It certainly evens the playing field. In fact, in true startups, when we're making trades, I almost prefer the back of the draft because it really allows you to have some leverage and potentially, trade some of these picks back because, you executed a pretty good strategy in our Dynasty Roundtable draft where you ended up being, were you rather competitive this year?
I caught some bad luck. I was on the edge of the playoffs, but missed out on the playoffs. I think I was like 5-8, 5-9 or something, but I was
edge of the playoffs, and you truly sold your soul. So like, you playoffs were essentially out of the question a bit beyond, luck in the first 2 years anyway. So like, that's what you were able to set up for yourself long-term, by staying at the back of the draft and selling on picks. But Brock Bowers, I had Mr. Bowers in our Dynasty Roundtable league, and in a tight end premium league, he turned into a cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
I had both him and Trey McBride, and I was clearing 60 points every week between the two of them. And it was in that moment I decided that I was going to be an elite tight end truther in tight end premium leagues. And when it comes to Brock Bowers, um, we're talking about a potential, 10-year career of this. And it was really tough because Lamar Jackson right there, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, also valid, but tight end premium with what Bowers just did, 100 plus receptions, like he's on that playing field and he's getting a premium for being truly elite. So it was really between him and Lamar Jackson. And I decided to go for it and go Bowers.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't fault you with that. Me personally, I probably would have chickened out and just taken like Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson or something like that, or Jamar Chase. But getting, I mean, essentially, what you did is you'll never have to worry about who your starting tight end is ever again because it's Brock Bowers from now until probably the end of the league, forever and ever and ever. And I can't really fault you because I think Brock Bowers finished like number 4 in targets amongst all pass catchers or something crazy like that. So again, you have some quarterback uncertainty, but it can't be much worse than it was this year.
Oh, damn. I was hoping for Herbert.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
That sucks.
But at the turn, I'm employing my zero quarterback strategy with Jahmyr Gibbs.
I like the start a lot.
And Malik Neighbors. Thought a lot of good options there. I thought about St. Brown. I thought about Bijan. I thought about Herbert. But at the end of the day, I think I took the 2 most talented players on the board or in my rankings. I mean, Malik Neighbors with an insane start to his rookie season. I mean, very much in the same vein as Brock Bowers, with the quarterback situation in New York, pretty much the same in Vegas. And I have to think that the quarterback situation is going to be improved or it's going to be about the same. So, and he turned out to be quarterback proof anyway. So I get the youth, I get the production, I like it, and I have to be ready here because I almost forgot about third round reversal.
Yeah, it was a tough call for me. I was looking at Caleb Williams versus AJ Brown there. Decided to shoot the moon, so to speak, and you know what? I didn't even look for Trey McBride. I should have just went Trey McBride and gone double tight end. I would have done that too. Yeah. I didn't think about it. All right, that sucks, but it's okay because AJ Brown, just an otherworldly season in terms of opportunity share, 35% target share, number 2 in the league. Ended up a little bit of a down year with 12th in wide fantasy points per game. Only had just a little bit over 1,000 receiving yards, albeit in 13 games. But dude's an absolute monster. And despite being really successful this year, it still felt like a down year for AJ Brown. So I love that he has that target share floor and that 130 and 2 touchdown kind of performance ceiling on a week-to-week basis. So although I wish I would have gone back and done Trey McBride, I'm happy with AJ Brown.
Yeah, similar story for me. I kind of was looking around, and I probably should have taken Drake London there, but I ended up taking Garrett Wilson. Oh well, I think Garrett Wilson is a fine pick at the 3-1, and I thought about quarterback, but we're at this special part of the draft where I think quarterback. I can wait on quarterback a little bit. Oh, and that's really who I should have taken. Wow.
Kyler Murray? Brian Thomas Jr. Dude, the sleeper rankings are horrendous.
I know. I just didn't have any time. I just didn't have any time. I didn't want to slow up the mock draft. But
Nico Collins, I probably would have taken Nico Collins at 2-9 and not Nico and not AJ Brown. I didn't even see Nico.
Yeah. So kudos to the Jamar Chase, Bijan Robinson, Brian Thomas Jr. drafter. That's a freaking amazing start.
This is why I learned this lesson. I have to relearn it every year. You need to look at your own rankings and then search for players because talk about, okay, in my 25 seconds, I'm going to bitch about Sleeper.
Okay, go ahead.
They put out this new tweet and they do something like this every year where they're like, tell us new features that you want to see. look, Sleeper, I don't want to see new features. I want what you currently have to work. That
Mm-hmm.
would be my preference. I'm just gonna go. I guess I'm going old and taking Saquon Barkley. This is happening
Yeah.
now. But I want better rankings. Let me input my own rankings. When you send me a notification, when I click it, take me to the league that it's about, or take me to the player that it's about.
Yeah.
I don't. Apparently, auction timers are like broken in Sleeper from what I've seen in the comments today. Like, quit these. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna get off my soapbox, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it
No, I hear
annoys
you.
me
I hear
that
you.
all they focus on is new features. Like, man, this is not the perfect product. Drake May, like, what am I doing?
Yeah, there's another quarterback out there too should be ranked a lot higher, but he's not.
Well, I'm
JS.
staring at Anthony Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Trey McBride's ranked behind Sam Laporta because that makes sense.
Yeah. Um.
Oh yeah, I see who you're talking. I think I see who you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't. I don't
Oh,
know.
did he
No
go at
table
4?
talk. Yeah, he went at the 4-2.
He went at the 4-2. Yeah, I was going
So
to take
we,
Bo Nix when I saw
so
him.
Dad David is clearly employing the quarterback hoarding strategy, which is fine. But I that's honestly I probably should have taken Knicks at the 3-1 if I had my head on straight. Either Knicks or Brian Thomas Jr. would have been a better pick than. I'm not gonna lie, the third round reversal. I set it up. Do you want me to pause it?
No, it's fine.
Okay. I
I
set
don't
it
know.
up, but it kind of caught. I set up the third round reversal, but it kind of caught me off guard a little bit. That's no excuse for the horrendous in hindsight the horrendous Garrett Wilson pick. But
These rankings are trying to like find a needle in a haystack, but
yeah,
I'm pretty happy with the Goff pick. Actually, I mean, he's got plenty of career left in him. He's got an incredible situation in Detroit. Regardless of it, there might be a little bit of a struggle if Ben Johnson leaves, but we've seen teams recover. Detroit has an identity. They have strengths that their team is suited for. Like, they're going to be fine. Rashee Rice is a freaking incredible pick at 4.6. But QB7 this year in fantasy points per game. QB11 the year before. Not sure where he went, but close to QB11 here off the board. So I'm happy there.
gotcha. Yeah, it's tough. It's also tough, and this is like our first one of the new year. We haven't really, you know, it's
We're shaking
like
the rust off.
talking and drafting at the same time is not as easy as it looks. So it's just trying to, because I don't know about you, but when I'm drafting a team, especially like a redraft team, like I am locked in. If the house were on fire, I would barely be aware that it was on fire.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's kind of
my
that's kind of
anxiety
how.
kicks in, and it's the most important 30 seconds of my life when that
Yeah.
happens. I forget everything. I'm sure of nothing.
Right. Right.
It's because everyone goes into drafts with the ideal that they need to like crush it or make the perfect pick in the moment, when not only is that not possible, like if you just think odds wise, like the odds are against you doing the perfect draft.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so you keep trying to make the perfect pick instead of just making a good pick. And sometimes you can overthink it. Baker at the 411 is really nice with this
I know. I got
setup. Getting
sniped.
CD, Amon-Ra, Drake London at 3-2, which is another great pick.
I
And then getting Baker there. That's a really strong setup.
I wanted Baker pretty bad. He was.
I need some.
I had all these
Bad.
quarterbacks in my queue that I thought would potentially make it back to me. Bo Nix had no chance to get there. Jared Goff, Michael Penix, Baker Mayfield, one pick away, and now I felt like I got pushed into just taking what was there, which is Roma Dunze and Cook. So I'm fine with it. I'm still just mad at myself for no Brian Thomas Jr. or in hindsight Bo Nix. Like either one of those picks would have been fine. And then the kicker pick. Oh, Barry continues to just destroy us because that's Ashton Ginty.
I'm okay if that's what we're doing.
I said it in the chat.
Oh, I didn't even see the
I said it in the chat, and I kind of forgot I said it too. This mock draft is a sham. No, it's fine. But yeah, there's no way that Ginty would fall that far, and I have to keep it real with the people. I kind of forgot that too, so that's my fault.
Hey, I mean, sure. I had no idea we were drafting Genty with a kicker, but I don't think I would have done it in any of my first four picks there. So it is what it is there. Man, I feel just so bad about this team that is being put together. I feel like what I'm about to do is dumb, but
what's wrong with that?
I just, I want to get some youth on my team, but I just don't think that's.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen. And this is such a bad spot to put yourself in a dynasty startup because what are you going to do? Like, you can't leverage your now to get some picks to get youth on the back end. So you're basically got to roll the dice. I don't want to overextend myself and sell and buy more startup picks with this team. So I'm just going to put on my big boy pants and draft my way out of this.
Right. So we have the 102 and the 103.
What are these? Who are these picks? What is happening?
The 102 and the 103, the rookie picks. So that would be like Tet McMillan or.
Oh, you guys can have them.
Yeah.
Wait, who is the third one though?
The kickers are the rookies.
No, I know, but who are the rookies that are being drafted?
I mean, it would be up. That would be the pick. It represents the pick, and then the rookie draft would happen after this draft.
Can I?
Or yeah, we can pause it if you want.
Can I get a mulligan here?
All right. I mean, and then we forget about Bucky Irving. Hold on.
That's who I was going to.
No, you can't take Bucky Irving. You can take anybody but him.
Okay, that feels a little disingenuous. Granted that I spent so long trying to figure out what was happening while I was typing in Bucky Irving's name.
This mock draft is going great.
It's fine. I won't take. I won't take Bucky Irving.
All right, who do you want?
Just give me Anthony Richardson. Why
For
not?
real?
Why not?
Oh man, it'd be a good
talking. He's fallen far.
Talk to me about Anthony Richardson because what the hell?
Why not?
I'm literally hell do we do with them?
I'm literally gambling. He has a rushing floor, so I'm essentially just betting that I don't waste my 6th round pick here by him being perma-benched. I'm hoping I get a actual full year of him being a starter for a trial period and where I have a point where I can sell high or do something. It's kind of a prayer, but he's 22 years old.
Yeah.
And even as bad as he was this year, 21, 20, 21, 20, 19, 18, 18, 20, 18, 19, 20. So the consistency's at least there. And that's because of the rushing floor. So, I mean, by God, if he figures it out, it'll be a great pick, but why not? If I can't take Bucky Irving, I might as well.
Is this glitching? What's going on here?
I might as well just take a shot.
Did anybody else see that? Oh, it's on auto, and it skipped me. But hold on, let me see if I can just restart this. Okay, so I got 20 seconds. I think I know who I'm going to take.
A quarterback? You're going to take J.J. McCarthy.
No. I'll be boring and take Chase Brown and Tua. Thoughts?
Is Tua going to survive another season? I like it, though. Overall, that's a good pick for your first quarterback there. Just kind of take a shot.
Yeah, the coaching staff's going to stay the same. I know Tyreek's not going to be there, but they're going to be in prime position to, replace Tyreek Hill with just about anybody they want from this class
Right.
based on where they're picking, if that's what they want to do. I haven't looked at their cap space yet to really see if they have some money maybe to be in the T Higgins market. Like that would be kind of sick. But probably not, knowing how Miami typically they're not necessarily one of the teams that is the most savvy of teams, at least from what I've seen of them. So my guess is that their cap situation is not very good.
Okay, before my pick, I need to
Yeah.
understand what are the kickers?
This again.
I
The
still don't
kickers.
know.
All right.
Do I get to draft a rookie or do I draft a rookie pick? What is this?
You're drafting a rookie pick.
Got it.
And if we would have been
I don't think leagues like that should exist.
Okay. Well, thanks for
That's my opinion.
all right.
I don't sell. No, real quick while I make my pick, actually, sell me on why that's a fun rule for people to do.
Well, I'll say this. If you're doing a dynasty startup right now, it could be fun, I guess, in theory, to draft the rookies right now, but it is extremely psychotic to do that. Essentially, it would kind of be like having a rookie draft within a dynasty startup. You'd essentially be having a rookie draft right now. Like, think about how insane that would be. Now, there might be some people who that's what they enjoy in life, and who would I be to deny those people of what they want? You dynasty how you dynasty. I consider myself a pretty good dynasty player, a pretty good fantasy analyst. Been doing this for a while. I wouldn't even think about doing a rookie draft in January. So why would I make you choose a rookie? Why would I just throw rookies in here and we can do the rookie draft later? But I understand your frustration from the sense that what the hell's going on here? I should have explained it better. We also would have had to stop the draft so people can say who they're going to take. You know what I mean? So for the purposes of
I
the
didn't
mock
know.
draft,
I can't see the chat, so I didn't know if they were like putting them in the chat.
let's see. Are they?
I didn't know. Well, maybe not if that's not what we're doing. But I'm trying to figure this out. I'm going back to the clock, and then I take Jaden Reed because I only got 10 seconds left. So the people are going to rightfully call me a schmuck for this draft that I'm putting out, and that's okay.
It's okay, man.
I will wear that like a badge of honor.
And Ricky Pearsall, not bad.
I really liked what I saw at a Slick Rick the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, I think Debo's not looking very good at all, and it's very possible that Pearsall is a better fit for the offense now going forward, considering where Debo is. That's a scary situation if you have Debo in Dynasty, but yeah, so my bad, everybody. I did not explain this very well. Future mock drafts will be better. More thoroughly explained. I think I completely baffled Matt Babich. So,
well,
anyway,
even in a real dynasty league,
Uh-huh.
I don't understand why there would be a benefit or why it would be fair to spend draft capital on other draft capital and spend draft capital on rookie picks.
Well,
you should
you
either have the rookies in there and do it all, or do it separate.
It would just kind of be like if you had like 2 first-round picks entering. Okay, I'm on the clock. Hopefully, I'm not. So where are we with the
Tyrone Tracy going up there? I like
4,
that.
8. Well, I think I'm gonna take at least one kicker.
I'm not.
You're not gonna fall into that, and then I'm gonna take T.J. Hawkinson. So
I just don't know how to I can't fathom possibly how I would construct a roster by by
So I
I
took
mean,
the
by
1, 2,
drafting
3,
these
4,
kickers. So I'm just gonna stay out of it.
5, 6, 7. I took the 108. So you might be looking at like maybe.
Oh, you have the 108. I'm out. Then I'm definitely out on kickers if I'm having like the 109 or later.
Yeah.
We've passed the prime of this rookie class by the time we get to the 109.
Super flex. It's super flex.
I'm a
So
super flex tight end
you
premium.
might get Igbuka at the 108 or 109.
I might get lucky and get I might just take Harold Fannin.
There you go. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? I mean, according to Walter
Colston
Football,
Loveland, somebody who gets one of the two that gets drafted high.
according to Walter Football, he's going to the Chiefs. So there you go.
I mean, Walter Football has some of the worst mocks out there, but
Well, we tried
for
to use
fantasy purposes, that would be kind of cool, I suppose.
We tried to use his mocks, and we'll have to use. Oh man, McMillan's a nice pick.
Yeah, I was high in McMillan.
We tried to use one of his mock drafts for landing spots when we were doing one of our rookie mocks, which you should check out, by the way, on the channel, and like and subscribe and all that stuff. And let us know what you think of this mock draft that I explained so poorly to everybody, including Matt, including the person who does the show with me.
There's just not enough time to make these picks.
Yeah, I thought about making it a minute, but I thought
no, I got to get better. We're content creators. Damn it! Yeah. I need to be able to do this.
We're just shaking off the rust, man. This is the first one. Have we done a sleeper? We did one in November, didn't we? Because I think we
did a mock draft, like a rookie mock draft.
Okay. We probably were able to pause the thing.
I don't know. I'm not sure what we did, but
yeah.
I'll get there. I next time I'll have the full ranking set in front of me, so that way I'll be able to just hopefully search through things. By the time you get to the 10th round, it's still kind of hard.
Yeah, we're still in the early days. We'll do a lot more of these. These are in the plans for sure. So yeah. This is again, we're shaking off the rust here, so I'm not too concerned. And I feel like it's been entertaining, at least people can maybe laugh at us, hopefully. I don't know.
I'm very okay with people laughing at us.
I have never had a problem.
At least
I have a pick that might make some people laugh at me.
I used to have a big problem with it when I was a kid, and I would have these really big reactions and everything, and then one day I learned to just laugh with them, and
that's the key.
And, take life a little less seriously, and I ended up being a lot happier that day forth. So
there you go.
Laugh it up.
That was yesterday for Matt Babbage. He figured that out yesterday. Anyway, let's see. What can we talk about here?
There's a lot of kickers.
There's a lot of kickers going. It's a kicker year.
We haven't had a quarterback in a really long time. We're going on 3 full rounds here without a quarterback. So that is on cue.
That is about to change because I need.
Who is Kirk Cousins playing quarterback for next year? Because it's not the Falcons.
It's a great question. That is a great question.
Is it going to be the Jets?
Oh boy.
What's Kirk Cousins' Madden rating? Does anyone know?
I don't know. I don't know if an update has taken place since
If Brick's happy with the Madden rating, we might have something on our hands.
Why does it do that? It just went times out.
Dude,
did you see that?
Yeah, that was really weird. I also
I'll pause it for a little bit, and if you want to let me know, ML Malapensi, if you want to let me know in the chat who you wanted, I could actually just probably back this up because this guy's on auto anyway. Here, I'm sure he was probably give you a fresh
with the 1-3.
I know, that's what I was thinking too. Let's give you a fresh clock. Hopefully it'll give you a fresh 30
or a fresh
reset
6.
Is that what the hell?
I think
What's happening?
I think he just wants James Conner maybe.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I don't know. I don't really know what's happening, but
Yeah.
twice in a row he picked James Conner immediately. So I don't. He just really
Yeah.
wants to spite my Trey Benson pick. And yes, it's because I didn't know that James Conner was on the board. I didn't see him when I was scrolling through. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Zamir White is near the top of the board. You would have thought that
I
he would have been
mean,
in front of him.
Will Levis. Who doesn't want Will Levis? I mean, come on.
I probably just missed James Conner at that point. I'm sure if Zamir White is near the top of the board, it should have been probably pretty easy to find him. But
Sleeper needs to have the capability for you to be able to import your own rankings like Underdog does.
dude, I'm telling you, I actually pull this card backstage a lot, but not really on the show. As someone that works at a tech company, I guarantee you they can get it done in a day. A day.
Get it done, Sleeper.
Like not even a day. Like a work day, 8 hours.
Would you?
That is not a hard feature at all. I'll build it myself if I need to.
Yeah, you should.
Maybe that part I don't know how to do.
I was like, if you know how to do it, I would be contacting them right now and saying, "Hey, Sleeper, I could do this," but as the Joker once told us, if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
It's a great pull.
Thank you. I get one right every once in a while. Just every once in a while, I'll get one right. Like Darnell Mooney this year, that was pretty good, wasn't it?
That was great.
It was good. It was good while it lasted. It was kind of like
Mooney had to catch a ball from a left-handed quarterback, and everything just went to shit.
Yeah, then it was Drake London City, is what it was.
Yeah, I feel like it was just a bunch of first read targets there.
Yeah,
Penix stepping up into a new role. Penix doesn't look great. It's early for him, but he also has not looked phenomenal.
I kind of like, he's a rookie. It's a small sample size, as we like to say in Dynasty.
Yep.
But I was impressed. I was impressed from what I saw. I thought he hung in the pocket. He has a great offensive line, I think. They held up really well for him. I don't know what the data would say as to how long he held the ball, but I feel like he was hanging in the pocket for quite a long time while, Drake London was getting open down the field. So that bodes well for him as a pocket passer. So I like, when he got taken in the 4th round here, I think that's fine in a Superflex startup. I think that's really good value. But that's just my humble opinion. As Jerry Jeudy gets taken, Rashid Shaheed, my queue is just evaporating right before my eyes.
Seth, can you unclick the settings on the draft board?
Unclick the settings.
There's
sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. We've got, 4 more rounds here?
Yep. Brian Robinson in the 11th. So what do you think about Brian Robinson's future? Because, with Austin Eckler and then without Austin Eckler was just as not getting a lot of touches, very touchdown dependent. It's a down year, getting used to a new system. What's the pitch for Brian Robinson Jr. going forward?
Well, it was a value pick, I thought, in the 11th round.
Yep.
For sure. And it's saying my time's up. So I guess I get forever to
it says you have 19 seconds on my screen.
All right. It says time's up on mine. So I'll take Khalil Shakir. I'll say this. I like the Washington offense, and I just felt at that point in the draft, some of the other options weren't as tasty. Dowdle, maybe James Conner, but a little old for the build. I get it. He's not a spring chicken either. Who am I going to take here? Am I just here? F it. We're just going to do that. As it happened again on my view, saying time's up here. Do you see that?
No, it still says 13 seconds.
Okay. So maybe just
if you just refresh your page, maybe it might fix itself.
Okay. That's a good call.
Which again, Sleeper, No new features. Get this stuff fixed.
Yeah. Oh, see, I refreshed it now that we
And
got
then
the
now
music.
now you get the bleep.
See, it's been doing that for me. It's just been doing like the times up thing. Like
I
it
might
did it
have
again.
I might have a crazy pick with
A
this. With
crazy pick.
like a batshit. I don't think you're gonna believe that I'm gonna make this next pick.
Okay. Is
I
it?
think like
Let me see if I can guess what it
yeah, see if
is.
you can guess it.
Uh, Aaron Rodgers.
God no. No.
Aaron Rodgers.
Very much not.
If you got fantasy points for like, Netflix documentaries,
If I got fantasy points per milligram of ayahuasca, that was
that would be he would be the number one pick.
or do you ingest that? Do you inhale it? I know you can smoke it. Do you also I don't know. Whatever measurement we want to do. Whatever he's
Yeah.
doing.
Uh-huh.
Johnny Smith. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
No,
Alex is doing well in this draft, I think.
this is crazier than anything you could have imagined.
Christian Watson, Matty Kiwoom, Quentin Johnston. Oh my God. I don't think that's crazy.
I
think
mean,
Justin Herbert's there. I mean, do you think Harbaugh's gonna draft a wide receiver? Because I don't know. I could see him.
I mean, I think they're going to do something, but
yeah.
look, drops are confidence. Like let's it's confidence.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think, as bad as I thought he's been, if you really think that Quentin Johnston can't catch a football, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
He obviously can. And I don't know, just something. This could legitimately be a turning point for his entire career. So he's been getting targets all year. Granted, it's for lack of a better talent, but 4 games of 8 or more targets after his brief stint from injury. Had 3 straight games with a touchdown, 3 and 5 games over the course of weeks 9 to 15. He's got something, maybe. He's young, year 3. There's been cases of year 3 wide receivers that looked like busts, kind of turning things around. So I have a horrible, no good draft. Why not? Why not just embrace the bad, and then maybe in 6 months I go back to this and I say, "Wow, look at this savant, Quentin
Maybe.
Johnston in the 14th round, basically. What a steal!"
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna remember if it busts. No one's gonna remember that I did this.
Well, maybe they would. I don't know.
I think I'd be just happier if somebody held this in their heart for the next 6 months and then came back to me and said, "Hey, you said this about Quentin Johnston and you were wrong." I would be happier that I influenced somebody to keep me in their thoughts for an entire 6-month period than I would care about having a bad take slammed in my face. So I'll say that much.
Fair enough. Man, I kind of want to take 2 rookie picks here, but I might just do this instead. I shouldn't have done that. There's a quarterback I probably should have taken, but oh well.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I should have just
Daniel Jones.
gone full.
Oh,
Just,
Joe Milton.
Yeah, Joe Milton. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers would have been the just burn the team to the ground pick. Rage quit the league pick would have been Aaron Rodgers, I think.
Who is this golden boy quarterback that you should have taken?
Either, and I know you think I'm crazy, either Derek Carr, who's going to be the Saints quarterback for God knows how long, and is going to be just fine, serviceable as a third quarterback on your roster, or Daniel Jones, or I can also make a strong case for Justin Fields at this part of the draft.
I thought
And
about Fields for a second. He was I just took a kicker, but I thought about taking Fields
because we all know how we could convert this into a league. You want to do that?
I'm good.
You good? All right. Or we could never mind. I was talking about Justin Fields. And thank you to everybody for participating in this draft. I promise they will be run smoother in the future. So please participate, like and subscribe, and hit me up on Twitter if you want to be involved in future mock drafts, rookie mock drafts, startup mock drafts. We do all kinds of mock drafts on this channel. But I was talking about Justin Fields. God, we had to watch how many bad quarterbacks play. And I get it, Justin Fields is a bad quarterback. But some team out there is going to talk themselves into Justin Fields. One of these teams at the top. To me, there's only 2 quarterbacks in this class worthy of being drafted in the top 10. There actually may be 0 quarterbacks worthy of being taken in the top 10. They're just going to be taken in the top 10 because they're quarterbacks coming into the draft. One of these teams is going to miss out. It could be the Giants because the Browns could just say, F it, we're taking a rookie quarterback. We know we paid Deshaun Watson a lot of money, but there's a precedent for this now because of what the Broncos did with Russell Wilson. I know it's a lot of freaking money to eat, but they could also just say, you know what, Deshaun Watson, you're not that good anymore. We're going to go with a rookie that,
right.
They kept Stefanski. So I don't know. So again, you could do a whole lot worse than Justin Fields at quarterback, and in the 15th round of a Superflex startup, where we're really, taking Alec Pierce or, a late second, early third round rookie pick or Nick Chubb. I mean, like the strategy with Justin Fields hasn't changed. It's always been, okay, if he gets a starting job, I'm going to try to trade him as soon as possible because I know this is a shooting star and there's an expiration date on this because we've seen it twice already, right? And there might be somebody in your league that jumps at the rushing potential of a Justin Fields, but it's great for fantasy, it's not good for the NFL, and it's not going to last long. That would be the thought process behind taking Justin Fields in your dynasty startup.
Agreed to a point. It depends on, kind of what happens with him, because even as a starter in Pittsburgh, he wasn't even fantasy friendly, really. Like, who knows how the offense changes as they go through the season? But at his current pace, I mean, Steelers' Justin Fields was not going to be a league winner by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but
I'm agreeing with the thesis.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that
he did have a quarterback 1 week
in Chicago. In Chicago, we saw regularly that elite ceiling, and in Pittsburgh, they were playing a much slower game, more dedicated to the run and not the QB run. And there was a different range of outcomes for him in Pittsburgh. But who knows? He could be the backup to Anthony Richardson next year and have a shot at starting for Indy. And we know that situation would be beneficial. I almost think Fields could excel in that situation.
You say Indianapolis, put him in a competition with Anthony Richardson. I think Fields wins. I mean, based on
that's what
we
Jacob
know right
Sanderson
now.
wants as a Colts fan, and I looked at it. I was like, honestly, I get it.
That's not a terrible spot for him. Should we go through some of our draft? Should we start with? Why don't we start with mine? So I picked at the 112, and don't judge us too harshly because, again, we're shaking the rust off. I start with Jahmyr Gibbs. I was happy with the start, but then the Garrett Wilson pick really just threw me for a loop. I forgot a couple things. I forgot that we even talked about third round reversal as this draft was going on and I was going into detail about every league must have a third round reversal, and this is why. These are important details to iron out, and then for some reason it escaped me that I had turned on third round reversal for this, and I panicked and picked Garrett Wilson when I should have taken Brian Thomas Jr. or Bo Nix, but that's fine because Roma Dunze, I have to believe that the Bears offense is going to be better in 2025. If it's not, I'm going to be a pretty sad individual, and because that would mean Caleb Williams is not very good. And as I was digging into the Bears and Roma Dunze's situation, because I do believe he's a dynasty buy overall, based on where he's being drafted here and based on where he's being valued according to Keep Trade Cut, I think he's a buy. But it is risky in the sense that we don't know who the Bears head coach is going to be. We know who's going to be picking the players, and so far that's not been very, very good, especially offensive line. There's risk to it, but you still got Odunze's still a top 10 NFL draft pick. So we have the draft capital and we have the talent profile that everybody liked when he was coming out, or most people liked.
Keenan might be gone next season.
Keenan will be gone
probably
next
gone.
Season.
Back to LA, some say.
Will be. He'll be sitting on a couch. Well, he was actually pretty good. I shouldn't diminish.
He was better than
Keenan
Odunze.
Allen.
So I don't know if we're gonna go and badmouth him, but he's probably gonna be gone.
He's not. I will say this. He's not nearly as quick as he once was.
No.
And he wasn't really that fast to begin with. So I went James Cook, Chase Brown. Felt like I got a pretty decent deal on Chase Brown there. Tua, I'm hoping that I can get multiple seasons out of Tua, but in the 7th round with Mike McDaniel. No Tyreek. Tyreek wants out. And then I think this is the 108. TJ Hawkinson, Matthew Stafford, Brian Robinson, Khalil Shakir, Deshaun Watson, who knows. And then this is, I think, a mid to late second round pick, and then Jerome Ford. So went a little bit more running back heavy than I usually go in these things. But, because, and Garrett Wilson could be traded too. So this team, there's a lot of, I think it's a lot riskier than I would typically like to go. So this is an interesting team for me. It's not my typical strategy, although a lot of these players are on the younger side. That falls in line with what I typically do. Any thoughts about this, or do you want to move to your team?
No, they had a nice squad.
All right, let's move to your team. We have, or do you want to say the names?
I'll go through it and just kind of talk about maybe what I would do differently instead of what I did. But the pressure of having to talk and draft at the same time and search for these names kind of got to me. I did very much make the willing decision to go Brock Bowers at the 1-4. I think given that the anti-QB early strategy kind of worked out for me, I did take a big risk with Anthony Richardson in the 6th round. I probably should have followed it up with Justin Fields at the end if I do believe that there's a chance that he ends up in Indy. But I think I got a safe asset in Jared Goff for a few years. I think I would have rather have come away maybe with a Sam Darnold instead or something similar instead of going with Anthony Richardson. But there are still plenty of quarterbacks on the board that have jobs. And some incoming ones as well in the rookie class. So there are different ways I could patch that hole. Barkley and Jacobs, a little bit on the older side. Jacobs has a little bit more mileage left on the tank than Barkley, but I'm going to get at least a season or two. I'm going to get 2 out of Jacobs. I'm going to get at least 1 out of Barkley of elite usage. A.J. Brown, super stud wide receiver, locking my wide receiver core down. I don't love the Jaden Reed pick. I really would love to finally see him get an expanded role. I think he can do it. I think he'd be great at it. I just don't understand why his coaches don't seem to agree. They want to keep – I love Christian Watson. I know he got hurt. This is not to to kick him while he's down, but I just don't understand the infatuation with continuing to try and deploy Christian Watson out there all the time when you have Jaden Reed, who's just so obviously your best playmaker as a receiver, but just not getting that full allotment of snaps. Ricky Pearsall, I think, is really going to start rising here. Trey Benson, I don't really love that pick either, but that could really change on me here in the next year. I wanted to get some youth. You got to think a second round pick, even though with James Conner's contract, they're going to be looking to work Benson in a lot more next year. I hope at least. Downs, a little bit of a risky asset, but we saw like he's incredible separator. Evan Ingram getting a lot of targets. I think that could be a really strong flex play here in tight end premium. Thought I got a good discount on Tyjae Spears given how his season ended and how he looked at the end of the year. Jalen Wright, rising star, potentially. Raheem Mostert's another year older. My only issue there is that HN is just going to be a bell cow, it seems, and just play all the time and get all the snaps. And then I took Randy Bullock at the end for shits because I thought it'd be fun.
Yeah, and I don't even know what rookie pick that would be. It's
I don't
so
even.
far down.
No, probably an early third.
Yeah, I will say this. I think Barry 83, the first 3 picks. I mean, I don't know exactly what the
first
plan
4
would be.
picks.
First 5 if that's Ashton Genty. I
Yeah,
mean, give
true,
me a break.
true.
Like this to me,
Absolutely.
just with the first this foundation of a squad. Chase, Bijan, Brian Thomas Jr., Devon Chain, and Ashton Genty. You remember in the league when what's his name? Ruxin?
Yeah.
Have you seen the show?
Yes.
He has to go to his team is so good he has to go to a hotel room and
Yeah.
That's I mean Barry's probably
that's what you do if you strike
Yeah.
that start in a dynasty startup draft.
Yeah. That's a sexy team right there. And then this rookie pick is
I think that's where he
mid-first round,
overextended
too.
though, and then just kept taking all these rookie picks.
You think so? Because I think
I mean,
are
I don't like the rookie class enough to be taking him over some of these people.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I don't hate the strategy though.
I think it was better than what I put out there.
But if you get these 5 guys, I'm just telling you right now that I would have pushed the pedal down more than he did on a win now strategy.
Agreed.
That's
agreed.
So I don't necessarily he went the value route, getting the rookie picks, and who knows,
But Evans was a good pick there for that strategy.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. And the nice thing about this is he's got flexibility, right? So he can, if he thought, the value pick here, which is what you should do in a dynasty startup. You should just try to accumulate as much value as you possibly can. So he did a fantastic job with that.
You think in this format though too that you can sell off those rookie picks before they're drafted.
That's what I'm getting at.
Okay,
he could have thought that, hey, the player value on the board, the rookie pick is more valuable than the player. So I'm just going to go rookie pick, and then a month later, I could get, I don't know, Josh Jacobs for the 201 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what could happen? That's probably a bad example. But
I see what you're saying though.
Yeah. Any other teams that stand out to you, or Dad David is interesting here. With
I don't like
the
it
4 quarterbacks
at all.
Yeah,
I'm not be honest there.
Yeah,
I like the way Ping Pong Butt started. Daniels the 1-1 is bold, but I like it. McBride and Drake May, and then JSN, Addison Flowers, Jameson Williams. Like it could be a rather frustrating and inconsistent set of receivers.
This team is better in best ball.
It is better in best ball. It's lacking some significant top end talent. So that's my one issue with it, but I like where the head was at.
I like the first 2 picks. The Drake May, man, like
Rice over JSN.
I would have taken Bo Nix over Drake May, to be honest. No, you don't agree?
No, I mean I can see that argument for sure. I have bias.
Yeah, I mean the first two
I have
picks
Patriots bias. I can't.
were really good, and I just don't like if you could tell me they've got T Higgins for sure. If they if they get T Higgins and they draft like Travis Hunter and he plays 50% of the time at wide receiver and you upgrade the offensive line, then okay. I can get behind Drake May there. What's that?
That's not fair.
What do you mean?
That's not fair. Because Bo Nix is doing what he's doing with Cortland Sutton and all them, and like they're
all of them. Who's all of them?
What you're saying is that the Patriots have to have a better supporting cast than Denver Broncos' current supporting cast for Drake May to be better than Bo Nix, and I don't think.
Okay, maybe okay. I probably should have just said T Higgins. I think they're very T Higgins dependent in the offseason, or T Higgins or Travis Hunter, assuming Travis Hunter plays at least 50% of the time at wide receiver, which is a big if.
I will accept that. Yes.
Okay. So that's probably where I should have left it. Like they do need to upgrade the offensive line too, though, no matter what they do. Like that's got to be priority number one.
If we can figure out T Higgins and get Kelvin Banks in the draft, I would be ecstatic.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best outcome possible.
I don't think there's a chance in hell that T's leaving Cincinnati unless Cincinnati truly does not want him back.
Yeah, I don't know what their cap situation is either. That Cincinnati is a team very much in the same vein as Chicago, as they don't like to
spend money.
Well, they don't like to do what the Saints are doing, which is to just F a cap, push everything into the future. There's not a lot of Los Angeles Rams in either the, there's not a lot of F them picks or F the cap mentality in Cincinnati or Chicago. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think there's a decent chance he switches teams and the Patriots would feel like a really good fit. And then if they get Vrabel, they could turn that thing around
instantly.
Like in the division that they're in, the Jets are a mess. The Dolphins aren't as good as a lot of people thought they would be. They're going to lose Tyreek Hill. I know they got the Bills there, but Patriots could be feisty next year if they make the right moves, and especially if they get Vrabel. I think Vrabel is my number one coaching candidate. I know that's probably crazy to some people, but
I think as a talent, Drake May is better than Bo Nix. And I'll leave.
There's a lot more upside with Drake May. A lot more upside is strong. I think there's more upside with Drake May. I will agree with you.
There is a lot more upside with Drake May.
But with Bo Nix, Bo Nix is pretty secure with Sean Payton and what they got going on there. That's pretty safe. Like if you want to go the safe route, and more than safe, he was really good this year. So
no, he was. But you know what the floor is going to be there with Bo Nix. Like the situation is, still a mess in New England, and that's kind of what I'm speaking to in terms of safety.
Fair enough. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you to everybody who was here. We do have one comment that just came in. I'll throw it up here
already.
It's Dynasty Superflex. Yes, Nix was offered May straight up. Yeah, I would take Nix. Yeah, I think we did address this. Good call.
Yeah, and I think it just depends on if you're a win now team. I'd take Bo Nix. I mean, I think that one's it's what you're planning for. I think both quarterbacks are going to have good careers, but I think Drake May in a few years is going to have that elite breakthrough where he's a first round draft pick in Superflex Dynasty.
Fair enough. All right. Any final thoughts? Any final words of wisdom for the people before we end the show tonight? Again, I thought it was a pretty successful mock draft, given the fact that I tried to screw it up at every possible turn. So
Yeah, like and subscribe. Welcome to the new channel. You can follow me on Twitter at Babbage_Matt10, and socials are over there. Stay tuned. We got a lot cooking.
That's right. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us everywhere we go. And until next time, nobody cares about Aaron Rodgers. All right. I haven't watched the documentary yet, but it's on my list of things to do. Maybe who knows? Maybe I'll hit up my ayahuasca dealer just for kicks. We'll see you next time, everybody. Goodbye. Have a great night, and see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and there are going to be more videos that magically appear right over there.